Moaner donor. Moaner donor. Moaner donor. Moaner donor. Moaner donor. Moaner donor. No, what does that even mean? No, what does that even mean?
You want me to get out of this car and beat you with that ugly cat? You know I'm more than capable of it.
No. No. The dead speak.
Moaner donor.
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 The dead speak.
Moaner donor. No, what does that even mean? No, what does that even mean?
You want me to get out of this car and beat you with that ugly cat? You know I'm more than capable of it.
No. No. The dead speak.
Moaner donor.
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 The dead speak.
Moaner donor. No, what does that even mean? No, what does that even mean?
You want me to get out of this car and beat you with that ugly cat? You know I'm more than capable of it.
No. No. The dead speak.
Moaner donor.
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 The dead speak.
Moaner donor. No, what does that even mean? No, what does that even mean?
You want me to get out of this car and beat you with that ugly cat? You know I'm more than capable of it.
No. No. The dead speak.
Moaner donor.
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 Welcome everybody to Worcester Council Theater 3000. My name's Brian O'Donnell. This is Brendan Melican.
Hey.
We're your crew tonight. Bill, he's working on a very important project, I think is what he said. Something about secret chemicals, and he wouldn't tell us anymore, but I'm excited. It sounds like he's making progress. And Travis's birthday is today, so if you haven't wished Travis a happy birthday yet, make sure you go do that. But yeah, we're here. We got 3 weeks until the election. We got some great, definite, strong items on the agenda tonight. They will be, I'm sure, holding the item on municipal grocery stores. The one, a legitimately helpful thing that they could look into. They will be, I'm sure, passing a TIF for the Curtis Apartments construction. They will, for sure, be spending hours talking about leaf collection. I think that's, guaranteed?
Yes. Inversely proportional to the amount of time.
Kate Toomey wants a report. Yes, yeah. Kate Toomey wants a report from the manager about the availability of artist studios in Worcester. And I assume that's because she wants to personally destroy Travis. So we'll see. Troubler, thank you for resubbing. I saw a couple other resubs before we got started. Thank you so much for those. Let's see who. Plutonium Shore X, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. And yeah, it's going to be a meeting tonight. I'm sure people will take a lot of strong stances, being as it's the second to last meeting before they do or do not get elected. So should be exciting. And we're going to do our best to stay awake, I guess, on that one.
Yeah.
I'd like to spend a lot of time talking about Halloween tonight. And what everyone's favorite Halloween candy of all time is. So I think we have important stuff to talk about.
Yeah. I'm here for all of it.
Let's see if they're still not live. They're still not live. Oh, yeah. What are we talking? There's something with the ballpark, too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. The most important thing. We're fucked. We're absolutely fucked. This ballpark is going to destroy the city. So, it's gonna be interesting. There'll be a lot of hand wringing about that, I'm sure, and a lot of dissembling. Twix are fucking good. Twix are really good. Brendan, what's your favorite Halloween candy of all time?
Oh, fuck, man. That kind of puts me on the spot. Old school shit. Peppermint patties. Baby Ruth. I fucking love Baby Ruth.
Wow. Yeah. I haven't had a Baby Ruth in a long time.
You should. They're fucking delicious.
Since I was a baby Brian.
We've been sold on all this bullshit candy that actually isn't really good and just fucks up your gums.
What's the last good new candy? I think it's Take Fives.
I don't know.
I think that might be one of the. That and maybe some types of M&Ms. But
Troubler, I was half following your commentary on the Maine senator guy. Who's actually running with the tattoo thing? So that originated with a Dem Uppo research program, and I'm just curious which outlets are actually pushing it.
Yeah.
The tattoo is like pretty standard, like cheap tattoo parlor flash, but It's
That's the thing. This is the thing about it is any one of my tattooed or tattoo artist friends that does that tattoo, I call them out for getting it. But many people, I don't know.
It's on the wall.
I'm not gonna
America.
but I'm not gonna defend him getting it because you should know better. It's a fucking Totenkopf. It's a fucking death's head. Like, and if you became woke, then you should have ditched it. But yeah, I can't tell where. I just heard about it today. Been blissfully unawares. But somebody else brought it up to me.
Yeah, it was what's her name? It's the current governor of Maine. It's her Oppo research program, and she's like best friends with Suzanne Collins, so they're basically running together. But it's their
crazy.
They seem to be kind of coordinated on just getting him out of the race. The other thing too is that he actually did a really good job walking through, which I wasn't familiar with all this either. The contractor that he worked for. So there's really only one private military contractor right now. It's a company that bought all the contractors out there. So if you think back to whatever, I'm trying to think of the right timeline, probably 2008 or whatever, when everyone was really like getting into like all these fucked up military contractors, they've all been merged into effectively one company now. So that's why, again, it was an Oppo research thing where they framed it that he worked for Blackwater. He never actually got a check from a company called Blackwater. Like, it wasn't Eric Prince's company. The company that he worked for was a smaller company that was then bought by the larger company that also absorbed Blackwater that Eric Prince owns or owned at one point in time. I think he's mostly divested from it now. It's been neat stuff to watch.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool time we're living in. Pretty psyched about all of it. The thing is, we have such good choices all the time, and it's a wealth of just sterling people that are looking to represent us, and we're just lucky. We're just lucky to have all these folks, I think.
Well, no, it was working for the State Department, Troubler. That's the thing. Like, he was doing executive protection programs for the State Department. And, like, the only way you get those jobs are mostly through contractors. It wasn't going out and, like, working in towns in Iraq or Afghanistan. It was working in embassies. Definitely being on Reddit. Yes, he did full tours, but then the contract that he went to go work with was for again, working adjacent to the State Department.
Right, here we go. We got some leftover Min's Wok. Their Szechuan pork and pork fried rice. Let's see. Oh, did I fuck that up? I might have fucked it up. Hold on. Sucks not having Travis. Gotta tell you. I'm happy for him that he gets to enjoy his birthday, but did you even think about the two of us?
Not at all. Waiting for a minute.
Recording in progress.
Oh, here we go. Hi, Social Potato. Thanks for joining us. Sick. Yeah, Men's Walk is great. Here we go. Let's start this damn
Welcome to
meeting.
the Worcester City Council meeting. If you can, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Star Spangled Banner.
I do like to pretend it's them singing right now, everyone in that room, and that kind of helps me. Do it. Call him.
We'll do a roll call.
Councilor Bergman?
Here.
Councilor Calorio? Councilor Agier?
Chill.
Councilor King?
Here.
Councilor Merrill Carlson? Councilor Nguyen? Councilor Ojeda? Councilor Basillo?
Here.
Councilor Russell?
Here.
Councilor Toomey?
Here.
And Mayor Petty.
Here. I just want to point out we have a nice display with a chair and a desk for Bill Coleman, council for the day. We did that yesterday, and so just want to honor Bill and his family was there. They're going to try to make it tonight. I don't know if they're here yet.
Fucking
but,
rude.
I just want to thank them. They flew in from California, Hawaii, and Georgia to come to this yesterday, and Rhode Island. And so it was a very nice event. And Councilor Lewis Hayes was there. Councilor King was there. It was a good event. So, and Lewis, I was just mentioning the council for the day, and so, okay. Next we have some proclamations.
Does he get a vote? That'd be completely awesome. If Bill Coleman's going to fuck up all their votes tonight.
Whereas dysautonomia
Brave.
is a group of medical conditions that result in malfunction of the autonomic nervous system, which is responsible for automatic bodily functions such as respiration, heart rate, blood pressure, digestion, temperature control, and more. Whereas dysautonomia can be very disabling and can result in social isolation, stress on families of those impacted, financial hardship, and difficulty in completing simple daily tasks, as people with dysautonomia can become disabled with no treatment options available to improve their quality of life, productivity, and the opportunity to make a living. Since little is understood by the medical field, and whereas some forms of dysautonomia can cause tremendous pain and suffering for those impacted and their loved ones, sometimes resulting in death. Whereas increased awareness about dysautonomia will help patients get diagnosed and treated earlier, save lives, foster support for individuals and family coping with dysautonomia in our community, and help promote understanding of this often invisible and misunderstood disability. Whereas both the Accessibility Advisory Commission and the Dissolve Dysautonomia, the Dis Awareness Campaign advocates on behalf of the patients living with dysautonomia, encouraging communities to celebrate Dysautonomia Awareness Month each October around the world, and make visible and celebrate by using the official awareness of color of turquoise to represent hope and solidarity. And whereas we seek to recognize the contributions of the medical professionals, patients, family members, and caregivers who are working to educate our citizenry and dysautonomia in Worcester. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Joseph M. Petty, hereby proclaim October 2025 as Dysautonomia Awareness Month in the City of Worcester, and encourage all residents to recognize and participate in its observance. Councilor Ojeda, we have with, oh, this is yours? Okay. Okay, with us today, we have Kate McGrath. Kate?
Thank you to the City of Worcester, the Accessibility Advisory Commission, for recognizing Dysautonomia Awareness Month. On behalf of all dysautonomia warriors, past, present, future, diagnosed, undiagnosed, we greatly appreciate the City of Worcester and the Accessibility Advisory Commission of highlighting dysautonomia awareness. Hopefully someday there'll be more understanding of the autonomic nervous system dysfunction and more treatment options. So thank you for this awareness, and the City Hall will be illuminated to the closest of turquoise for a whole week in recognition of Dysautonomia Awareness Month. So thank you again to the mayor, to the city, and the Accessibility Advisory Commission for your support of dysautonomia and your recognition of the Awareness Month. And let's rejoice for turquoise and help dissolve dysautonomia. Thank you.
Okay, we have a couple more proclamations, and this is Pharmacy Week. Whereas pharmacists are experts in successful use of today's complex medications, whereas patients in hospitals and outpatient clinics receive better care when pharmacists are directly involved in medication management decisions, and whereas pharmacists' direct involvement in patient care helps reduce unnecessary costs and burden on health systems, whereas the pharmacists and pharmacy technicians practicing in the acute and ambulatory care settings of Worcester contribute to the health and well-being of our citizens. Whereas the American Society of Health System Pharmacists and UMass Memorial Medical Center have declared October 19th to the 25th, 2025 as Pharmacy Week. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Joseph M. Petty, hereby proclaim October 19th to 25th, 2025 as Pharmacy Week in the City of Worcester, and urge all citizens to acknowledge the valuable services of pharmacists and pharmacy technicians who work in inpatient, outpatient, home care, and long-term care settings, and all they do to help patients make the best use of their medicines. With us today, Colleen Groschler. Are you here, Colleen? Councilor Pasillo.
Good evening, Mayor Petty, City Council members, and guests. On behalf of the pharmacists and pharmacy technicians at UMass Memorial Health, I am deeply honored to accept this proclamation recognizing Pharmacy Week. We are truly grateful to the City of Worcester for taking the time to celebrate the work of our pharmacy team and to highlight the critical role pharmacy professionals play in patient care. The pharmacy performs a vital role in ensuring medications are used safely, effectively, and are tailored to each patient's needs. We work in all areas of healthcare and provide excellent care for the patients in our community. Sometimes it's behind the scenes, compounding medications or verifying medication orders. And sometimes it's by providing clinical services directly to our patients. Every day, we're supporting people from our community and our hospital, ambulatory, and retail settings, especially the underserved who need our help the most. This week gives us the opportunity to reflect on our commitment, not just to medications, but to people. Every dose prepared, every question answered, every error prevented represents care, compassion, and teamwork. I'm incredibly proud of the pharmacy team at UMass Memorial Health. Our pharmacists and technicians face challenges such as drug shortages, new technologies, and ever-changing clinical demands. Yet they continue to rise to each occasion with professionalism, adaptability, and heart. We also recognize that pharmacy is a team effort. Our work is only possible through collaboration with physicians, nurses, and all members of the healthcare team who share in our mission to provide safe, high-quality patient care. Thank you again, Mayor Petty, for this proclamation and for recognizing the vital contributions of pharmacy professionals in our community's health. This honor renews our dedication to serving with excellence, innovation, and compassion. Thank you.
Thank you. We have one more proclamation. Is anybody here from ADHD? Okay. Whereas attention deficit
I'll jump in here, Joe.
hyperactivity disorder, also known as ADHD, is a chronic neurobiological disorder affecting both children and adults that can significantly interfere with the individual's ability to regulate activity levels, inhibit behavior, and attend to tasks in developmentally appropriate ways. Whereas a greater understanding of the challenges in ADHD care for communities of color will require the country to acknowledge that systemic racism and implicit racial biases exist. And whereas meeting the needs of people affected with ADHD in communities of color demands a strategic plan, leadership, dedication, the long-term goal is to provide information that educates parents, caregivers, and adults so that those living with ADHD are appropriately diagnosed and treated to give them a path to a successful life. Now therefore, I, Joseph M. Petty, Mayor of Worcester, do hereby proclaim October as ADHD Awareness Month and encourage all citizens to participate. I don't think anybody's here for that. Okay. And the Coleman family is here. Sonny, are you by yourself or? Oh, Jenna, okay. Oh, Paul, okay. We got the three, so thank you for coming in. And I know if you want to come up and take a look, but this is, take a picture if you like, and it's nice. Jenna, come on
Want to
up.
just go stand up there while
Sonny,
everyone's doing this
Paul.
meeting? Or
Okay.
will that feel cool and normal
Sonny
to you?
came in from California. Paula came in from Hawaii. And Jenna came in from Rhode Island.
All three places
down.
where we in this council has been.
So the plaque reads, William S. Coleman III, Honorary City Council for a day on October 20, 2025, recognition of his lifelong community advocacy as perennial candidate who never stopped showing up for Worcester, the city he loved. good.
See, Candy, you guys have got it right. You guys are up there.
Come in the middle.
George, why don't you guys, why don't few of you, Patel, why don't
I'm getting,
some of you guys
Eric,
go
you
up there
come up
too
here
and
with
let
us.
you vote?
They're so good
Come
at
on.
this. Oh, was there a little drama there between Mo and Kate? A little tense.
Is ChatGPT at the point where it can just give us a quick overview of this the next morning, Brian?
Does photographer get paid by the picture? Well,
So if people want to go to Gardner Street, we have the street sign up on Gardner Street, or off of Main Street, in Bill's name.
let's just say that Bill Coleman was a
we
nice
have-
and good man.
First
He
order
was
of
too
business
good
is
for
that
this city
Council
council.
to hereby approve the minutes of City Council meeting of September 16th, 2025. Those in favor? Opposed? So ordered. Okay, so- Okay, Council Russell's going to hold 10.26A and 14C involving the ballpark under privilege. We have public
Hell yeah.
participation. The person may not speak
Wouldn't want
more
that
than
to get
2
out
minutes
before
of
the
item
election.
appearing on the agenda. Nico?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So, Rule 39, items of public interest. At every meeting of the City Council, under public participation portion of the agenda, the chair shall recognize any person seeking such recognition for the purpose of addressing the council on any eligible items on the agenda for the meeting, both in person and remotely. Any person who wishes to speak on more than one agenda item shall combine their testimony on all items to one appearance at the microphone. The time for speaking shall not exceed 2 minutes for one speaker or 30 minutes for all speakers. Rule 40, petitions. On the first occasion the petition appears on the City Council agenda, the primary petitioner may address the City Council for no more than 3 minutes on the subject of their petition.
Okay. Get your names to your residents, anybody who wants to speak. And item number?
Hi, oh, wait. Nicole Apostola, resident of Worcester. I'm here to talk about what Councilor Russell just put on hold, but I'm here. 11 months ago, Mr. McGurthy wrote a memo to this body saying, "We still anticipate the DIF reserve to generate nearly $50 million through its completion by 2048. If this sounds familiar, it's because he repeated this exact phrase in his memo to you tonight in item 1026A. Maybe if we keep saying it enough, it'll magically come true. We have 23 years until 2048. Over the last 3 years, the DIF will, estimated, owe the city $2.1 million. It's unclear how we're going to get from consistently operating in a deficit to developing enough buildings that continue appreciating in value to not only consistently pay the district's part of the ballpark, something it's never been able to do in the past, but also to have a positive balance of $50 million. As you may recall, the original district wasn't going to pay what we needed, so we expanded the boundaries of the original district. Now, the expanded district won't make enough money, so we've had to expand the district to basically encompass the whole city. This body has a fiduciary responsibility to the people of Worcester, and so what you should be asking the city administration when this comes back up after hold is, 1, why has no one been held responsible for the horrible contracts the city has been saddled with? 2, why has there never been a reckoning for the misconstruction of the doors at the park that prevents certain events from being held there?
John.
3, why has the city not been able to take advantage of any of the revenue-generating days we were supposed to have? And most importantly, number 4, exactly which services are being cut so that we can subsidize multimillionaires? Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gary Hunter, District 5. That woman before me eloquently brought up a lot of points that I was going to bring up. I want to know, there's other buildings too besides the Polo Park that we give tax subsidies to. Who is responsible in the government to make sure they follow through with following up what they promised when they gave the tax breaks?
I think in the back,
This goes on more, and the city is losing millions of dollars. Polo Park has brought a lot of good to the city, but there's a lot of room for improvement, and the area around Polo Park is not being developed like they promised. Who is responsible? I want to know that, and I think the people need to know that. The second thing I would like to talk about is 10-11, the sidewalks. It just happened to be this time of year where I'm walking a lot on the sidewalks and walking around the cities and miles and talking to people. And the city sidewalks are in awful condition all over the city. It's safer, besides the cars, to walk in the street than trying to walk up the sidewalks. And I can't imagine if I had any type of disability, how I would get around the city. And I think this report that is being brought up in this committee needs to be made public, and so the people are aware of what's going on, because they need help. Even, and like Mr. King brought up last week, and I think I brought up before, is even around City Hall, the sidewalk's horrible, and people are going to get hurt, so please consider that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Name, city residence, and item number.
Grace Ross, 10 Oxford Street, Worcester, and I apologize for not being here for the conversation when it happened. Item 19R. I remember as a child being haunted, given our close relationships with Jewish folks as a family, with images from Nazi Germany of folks being disappeared and other people not even reacting or not even knowing what was going on. I don't think there's any question what playbook we're under at this point in our country. And unfortunately, the history of Europe teaches us that too often our Jewish communities have been put in the position of a buffer between the uber wealthy Christian folks and folks on the ground who might get angry at that divisiveness, and have therefore, and Nazi Germany was the worst example, been targeted. I am concerned that as a community, as we recognize the need to protect every member of our community equally, that not everybody's paying attention to the dangerous history that we live under, and want to again ask this council to represent the entire city and to remember that it is protecting each of us, whoever the early low-hanging fruit is, in terms of what communities get attacked. We know what playbook this is, and we know that any of us could be a member of a group that could become the target of this administration at the federal level. So I just wanted to name and remind my Jewish sisters and brothers, we're all in this together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey there, I'm Keith Linares, 1 Jermaine Street, District 1, speaking on the Port Park funding shortfall. I've been speaking with lots of residents in District 1 recently and wanted to read an email I received recently from one in particular. She wrote, I have owned my house in Worcester for almost 20 years. When Polar Park came, we were told it would pay for itself and there would be no burden to the local taxpayer. Since those developments have since fallen behind and now funding shortages are apparent, I'm worried that the Worcester homeowner is going to be stuck with the bill. I had to break the news to her that the promise that the project would pay for itself was broken long ago, and that in fiscal year 24, there was a $761,000 shortfall that has fallen squarely on the backs of Worcester taxpayers. Public trust in our city's leaders' ability to provide transparency and oversight and to hold big developers accountable has eroded the past several years. Right now, there's a responsible development pledge that's going out to all of the candidates who are running for re-election. I signed the pledge myself, and I take the promises that I make very seriously. It includes a clawback to the tie subsidy given to the Mankaty Group for breaking their agreement with the city. It asks elected officials to support unifying responsible development ordinances and for increased transparency on development projects through expanding reporting on the tie TIF and restoring building permit applications to the city website. Members of the public who keep saying that they want to hear more oversight of big developers and they want these people held accountable should pay attention, and who does not. By embracing the pledge, we can begin to rebuild the public trust we lost with projects like Polar Park. Thank you.
Good evening, Fiona Jatan Singh, 37 County Street. I was going to talk about Polar Park, but since so many have already eloquently said all the things I was thinking about that, I'm going to talk about the sidewalks. Since I've been fighting for 15 years for a sidewalk on Sunderland Road, and the transformation, this is for item 10-11, the construction progress report for sidewalks. 2 years ago, George Russell brought it up at the Public Works Committee meeting that we should have a sidewalk on Sunderland Road because I was advocating for it at the time. And they did agree that they were going to pave up the sidewalk directly across the street from the school and on the side of the school at the same time. Now the parking lot has been done. They've redone the sidewalk that was already on the school property, but there has been no sidewalk added on the other side of Sunderland Road. So who's going to hold the Public Works Department accountable when they promise that we are going to have a sidewalk and then nothing is done to put the sidewalk in? Because it's been 2 years now, so they can't say, oh, it's going to happen in the spring or the fall or whatever. It's been 2 years, and construction has started and ended on the school side, but on the other side of the road, we still have no sidewalk on Sunderland Road. So I would like to know who's going to hold somebody accountable for that. Thank you.
Idella Hazard, City of Worcester. I know that it came to the floor a few weeks ago about the sidewalks around City Hall, and I guess it was voted on. I didn't stay for the vote, but I pray that it was voted that it will be taken care of. If we're going to do the sidewalks around the city, they say charity begins at home. Tourists, when they come, they're going to come to the center of the town. They're going to look at the center, and they're going to look at the calm, and they're going to come right here. This is where they're going to come. And this is where it needs to be done. I walked here from the library, and I'm having a problem from time to time walking. And you don't want tourists coming and tripping on the sidewalk outside City Hall. So I think if you're going to do sidewalks, this is the first place to do them. And I also heard somebody saying about holding the city mothers and fathers responsible. If they say they're going to do something, do it. And I think that is very important. Thank you.
We get to the item.
So Mayor, we have one call-in user online, David Webb. I'm the resident now.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, please say your name and city of residence and the item you're calling on.
Cool. David Webb, Olympia. First and foremost, thanks for the ADHD proclamation, and yikes, Councilor Russell going out with a hold on the ballpark conversation. Shameful. 10.7b. I think we should disband the so-called quality of life trash
Didn't
board
Mo
and
hold it?
implement actual trash
Mo
solutions,
hold it.
which might require less cowardice from our city manager and negotiating with trash unions. But obviously, what the people in power have been doing for the past decade is not working. Vote for change. 10.26, the ballpark. I understand that Worcester had PR issues, but when you all address those without actually doing anything about its horrible infrastructure and poor management, this is the result. And it's absolutely embarrassing as a city. 17C. I wish our city law department functioned to help the city manager's office and the departments he is responsible for follow the laws, rather than justify and defend them when they don't follow the laws again and again. It seems the law department can't be bothered to follow the most basic public record laws themselves, though, so this is probably a smart investment. But maybe you should fill the civil rights investigator position first. I'm just saying. 12K, 12L. Thanks, Councilor Toomey, for picking up on District 2 Representative Merrill Carlson's slack. I appreciate that someone cares about sidewalks in this neighborhood. 12M, if you really wanted to empower artists and help them, you'd advocate for affordable housing and actual safety, but this is a nice gesture. Thank you.
Okay. We'll go on
Mayor,
to
that's the last
the,
call on.
okay, hearings and orders. Motions to open the hearing for 7A to 7C. Those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Anybody opposed to 7A, B, or C? Where condo locations on Canterbury Street, Williamsburg Drive, and Dana Ave. Seeing nobody in opposition, motions to close the hearing. Those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Motions to adopt. Those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Petitions 8A to 8B refer to the planning board.
Excuse me, could I speak on 8D?
8B?
D is in Donna.
I'm on A and B right now. I'll get to D in a second. So 8A is going to go to the planning board, and 8B is going to go to public works. Okay. Those in favor, opposed, so ordered. 8C to 8G refer to the Public Works Committee. Council Colorio.
Thank you. Now, just a quick note on this. This is for a guardrail at, is it 3 on Hamilton Street? And let me just look at the address on it. And the thing is, this is the house, 381 Hamilton Street. This is a house that the car crashed into and all 3 porches fell down. And this is the second time they've hit this house, so I really hope that we can bring this to committee and pass it. Okay? I'm just looking at George. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Should have a hearing on it. Okay. 8, so refer 8C to 8G, the Public Works. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. 8H to 8Z, refer to traffic and parking. Those in favor, opposed, so ordered. 9A to 9O, refer to traffic and parking. Those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Council Lewis Ojeda.
Can you repeat that from 9? What was that from 9A?
9A to 9O.
Okay. I'd like to just quickly speak on 9J.
What's that?
I'd like to quickly speak on 9J.
9J? Did I pass that one? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So yeah, this is an area of concern. There is actually an intersection right before you get to this crosswalk, but it's somewhat of at the top of the hill. So when they come over the hill, they come down pretty fast. It's right before you get to Main Street, Pennywise, and things like those stores there. So when they're coming down, there's no blinking light there, and it's important to make sure we install crosswalks as well. Kids are walking by that probably between Woodland Street School and Claremont Academy. I'm sorry, Woodland Academy and Claremont Academy. You're looking close to probably about 50, 60 kids a day walking through there in the morning, in the afternoon. And it gets pretty busy. There's parking on both sides. So I think this is an intersection we really need to take a look at pretty soon. Again, winter's coming, and it does get dark in that area as well. So obviously with more lighting and crosswalk, you'll actually keep the students and families safe. Thank you.
Thank you. So send 9A to 9O to refer to traffic and parking. Those in favor, opposed, so ordered. 9P to 9R to the hearing for November 18th, 2025 at 6:30 PM. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. We're on the manager's calendar, transmitting information communication about the grocery stores, refer that to economic development. Councilor Pasillo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to really quickly to thank the city manager, yourself, Peter Dunn and his team, as well as Erin Quayle from DPH, she's been coming to all of the neighborhood meetings and connecting with residents to better understand how people shop and what people in the neighborhood need. I'd also just like to thank the community partners, Center on Food Equity, the REC, Coalition for a Healthy Greater Worcester, UMass, and the Worcester County Food Bank. I'm really grateful to be a part of this working group, and I think it's important for residents to know that there are a lot of people in the city who do care about grocery store access, and people are working really hard to find ways to fill the gaps between the grocery stores leaving, so thank you.
Councilor King.
Thank you. Really quickly, through the chair to the administration. The food deserts, it's defined here to a degree on page, I don't know what this is, page 2 or 3. Do we have identified formally anywhere in the city that we are documenting as food deserts through the chair? And I think I've asked something along these lines a while ago, but just curious.
Through the chair to the council, we currently right now do not have a mapping structure that could identify those food deserts. I know there's been some conversations in terms of mapping those resources and trying to have an understanding of where the areas where we can strategically be prioritized for the purposes of grocery stores. But that's part of the conversation that's happening in these community meetings. But we currently do not have a mapping.
I think I might have had an order to that effect, but I'm gonna make another motion that we get that information in a formal way to this body. This is a very important issue, and as we continue to see the food pantries product diminishing and declining, and the revenue that's coming in, the grants and the federal and state support, we really should be able to kind of formalize this, and I appreciate the leadership of Jenny Pasillo on this issue, and the council supporting it as well. So that would be my motion, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll send the item to economic development along with the motion to the manager. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Next item is recommended adoption resolution approval of the UCH TIF plan and agreement with Curtis Apartments Phase 2. Councilmember Cousin has recused herself from this item, and so recommend adoption. Roll call.
Councilor Bergman?
Yes.
Councilor Calorio?
Yes.
Councilor Agia?
Yes.
Councilor King?
Yes.
Councilmember Carlson recused herself. Councilor Nguyen? Councilor Aida?
Yes.
Councilor Pasillo?
Yes.
Councilor Russell?
Yes.
Councilor Toomey?
Yes.
And Mayor Petty.
Yes. 10.7A, transmitting information communication relative to the 2025 fall leaf collection program. We can file this under, file it. Okay, we can file that. Good luck on the leaves, and hope it stays warm. Okay. Motion to file. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Transmitting information communication relative to the update on the Keep Worcester Clean program. Send out to Public Works. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Recommend approval of the rate increase of certain categories hired equipment for plowing and sanding for providing an update on winter storm preparedness. So the motion is to adopt on a roll call. Roll call.
Mr. Chairman.
Councilor Russell.
Is this something we usually send to the committee, or do we have, it is something we sent to committee in the past, but are we under a timeline for it?
No, Mr. Manager.
Yeah, to the chair, to the council, one of the things is the approval of the rate increase. The other thing is the actual storm preparedness. You could send it to committee. I don't think there's any, do we need to? I mean, I think it's just, if we run the risk if there's a snowstorm next week or in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, that we may not be prepared for that. But if you feel comfortable to approve it tonight, we could also send it to the committee for further discussion.
Yeah, how about if we approve it with the understanding that we will send it to committee, we'll have a discussion there, and if it's something that needs to have more of a discussion, at least the won't have problems, or hopefully not have any problems attracting equipment and drivers, you know, if a snowstorm hits early. But we'll try and get it right on. Obviously, I'll probably have it November and December meetings quickly.
Okay, so.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Council Bergman?
If I may, Mr. Chairman, I know we've got a long agenda, and I don't want to dwell on something that's going to go to a committee, but through the
I would
chair,
never
perhaps,
dwell on
to
something.
get a response from either the city
Heard
manager
of.
or Commissioner Westerling. My question, I read the report carefully, but what I didn't see, and maybe there's no answer yet, is are we down snowplow drivers, and if so, how many are we down? And that seems to have been an issue in the past. I have no issue with increasing wages, because I think we need to be competitive, but oftentimes after a storm, the answer we get is we don't have enough drivers or enough equipment. So I guess through the chair, my question is twofold. Do we have enough drivers, and do we have enough equipment, in your opinion, Commissioner Westerling, to successfully deal with whatever winter weather we're exposed to?
Commissioner?
Through the chair, we would always love to have more equipment. The council has done a tremendous job, and we are grateful for all the equipment that we have received over the last 18 months. And there's a report in there of the trucks that have already been received, and those that are expected in December, and 7 others that are expected in the spring. So it's an easy answer to say that we can always use more equipment, but we're going to do our best with the equipment that we have. Again, we appreciate the investments that the council has made in the Department of Public Works. As far as the number of drivers, I think as of this morning, we were down 6 drivers, but we've been working very closely with the Human Resources Department, who's been doing a great job. We just concluded interviews, and we are prepared to offer 5 positions to qualified candidates. So if all of those folks accept, then we'll be down 1 driver, which is a good position to be in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Motions to adopt. Councilor Toomey?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Commissioner. I'm just looking at the contractor rates, and you had comparison with the Mass DOT rates, which clearly they're our biggest competitor, and that we were far lower than them. But even with the increases, we're not, some are very close, but we're not still meeting that. Are the surrounding cities and towns, are we going to be competitive with them? I don't see any information on the surrounding cities and towns, just the DOT rate.
Through the chair.
Commissioner.
Mass DOT was the only organization that we could find that had published their rates. The communities around us keep their cards very close to their vest, so we didn't have any to compare to. But if you look at, for example, just that first 6-wheel 34,999 GVW vehicle, if we were to compete with Mass DOT or compare, that'd be a 30% increase on last year's rates. So we were trying to find a happy medium between what would be competitive and what would be affordable.
Do we have an idea of where we were competitively with the cities and towns last year?
Through the chair, I don't have that information, but we could seek that out from last year.
Because I mean, that to me is probably, you know, a good standard to try to make sure that we're competitive with them. I understand Mass DOT has bigger pockets, but I'd like to see that if we could get that in the form of a report. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. So the motion was adopted on the roll call and to send it to committee. Roll call.
Council Bergman?
Yes.
Council Caloria?
Yes.
Council Haji?
Yes.
Council King?
Yes.
Councilmember Carlson?
Yes.
Council Ian? Council Ojeda?
Yes.
Council Pasillo?
Yes.
Council Russell?
Yes.
Council Toomey?
Yes.
And Mayor Petty.
Yes. Transmitting information communication regarding to Moreland Street. Motion to send to Public Works. Those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Requesting approval of up to 6-year contract for aqueduct facilities maintenance. We can adopt on a roll call. This is 10.10A. So roll call.
Council Bergman?
Yes.
Council Calorio?
Yes.
Council Haji?
Yes.
Council King?
Yes.
Councilmember Carlson? Yes. Council Nguyen? Council Ojeda?
Yes.
Council Pasillo?
Yes.
Council Russell?
Yes.
Council Toomey?
Yes.
And Mayor Petty.
Yes. 10.11A, transmitting information communication relative to street and sidewalk construction progress report for September 2025. Motion to send to Public Works. Mr. Manager?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to say a few words because I know the conversation about downtown has been over the past couple of meetings. This council body adopted and supported the capital budget that funded the construction of the sidewalks around downtown, especially, around City Hall. That today was a press release that the contractor was awarded and they're going to begin construction November 3rd. So I just want people to know that it's important. The construction is going to happen. This body approved that as part of the FY25 budget, and construction is going to start very soon. Thank you.
Okay. So the motion is to send to Public Works, the file. When's Public Works? File it? Okay, so the motion is the file. Those opposed, so ordered. We are on 10.15A, transmitting information communication of the rental agreements for municipal properties. Send it to Public Works, so we can file that too. And then Public Works, Councilor Russell? Okay, send to Public Works. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. We held 10.26A. We're on finance items, 10.35A through E, 10.36A, 10.37A through F. Motion is adopted on the roll call. Roll call.
Council Bergman?
Yes.
Council Calorio?
Yes.
Council Haji?
Yes.
Council King?
Yes.
Councilmember Carlson? Yes. Council Nguyen? Council Ojeda?
Yes.
Council Pasillo?
Yes.
Council Russell?
Yes.
Council Toomey?
Yes.
And Mayor Petty.
Yes, Chairman's Order 11A to 11B, refer to the Traffic and Parking Committee. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. 11C to 11F, motions to adopt. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. We're on orders. Request City Manager, request Commissioner of Transportation and Mobility provide City Council report relative to the feasibility of installing speed tables on June Street. Council Haji.
As it reads.
All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Request City Manager, request the Police Chief place a speed monitor on June Street going towards Mill Street. Council Haji.
As it reads.
All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Request City Manager work with the Administrative Workforce Regional, Worcester Regional Transit Authority, WRTA, to install bus shelters on the even side of the street in front of 40 Belmont Street, as it reads. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Request City Manager, request Commissioner of Transportation and Mobility review the walk signal on the on-ramp for I-190 westbound on Belmont Street to ensure a safe walkway is available to pedestrians walking at that location.
Nobody wants
as
to
it
say
reads.
a fucking word
Those in
before
favor, opposed, so
November
ordered.
4th.
Request that the City Manager, City Council provide a report concerning the plans to repair the Federal Plaza Garage located at 770 Main Street. Said report shall include information concerning fixing the staircase of Main Street side building, as well as upgrades to the elevators, as it reads. Those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Request the Manager to provide Council with a report concerning the status of development occurring at 40 Hooper Street. Councilmember Carlson?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. This particular project has been going on over here on Hooper Street since 2023.
Hooper drives the boat.
Along with it going on since 2023, there are 17 orders that have been called in, work orders, that have been called into 311. The question I have for the administration is, what are we doing about 40 Hooper Street other than continually asking our residents to call in for all of what's going on over there? And there has been a few stop work orders over here. And the residents who are on Hooper Street, along with going into the towers over there, that road at the end of Hooper, which crosses Catherine Street, becomes a private road, which this project is on a private road. That road over there has been extremely dangerous to the point that they have had a hard time getting their mail delivered there. We also have an issue with the WRTA going in there. The 24A bus will go in there sometimes, depending on the driver, because the road is a mess. Granted that the road was not in great shape to begin with, but this project has certainly exacerbated what's going on over there. And it seems to me since 12/20 of 2023 up to 9/3/2025, the quality of life team has been over here. There's 17 orders here that have been called into the city, and yet nothing is, quite honestly, being done for that neighborhood over there. So I would ask the administration to take a look at this project and come back to us with a report, resolution as to why this is happening. But the bigger issue that I do want to point out, again, not saying that this contractor created the entire problem over there on this private street, but this street now has become almost impassable, and that's due to some of this project. And why we as a city, and why we as a DPW department have not made note of this is a little frustrating to me. So if we could get on this, that would be great. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we'll send that to the manager. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. I've skipped 12E. Request Commissioner of Transportation and Mobility review the sidewalk configuration and parking available in the vicinity of 330 Southbridge Street to alleviate the parking concerns at the location. Council King? I can do it from right here if you want. But.
12E, request the city manager request the Commissioner of Transportation and Mobility, 12C, right?
E.
12E. Request the city manager request the Commissioner of Transportation and Mobility review the sidewalk configuration and parking in the vicinity of 330 Southbridge Street to alleviate parking concerns at that location.
Just to be quick, this is a street that we did over. When we did it over, we took the businesses, all his parking spaces away, and he has no parking. Mr. Manager, if you could maybe take a look at this and your team to see if you can provide some type of relief to that area that block the business. He gets tickets now if his cars are parked an inch over the apron onto the sidewalk, and so it's pretty much really hurting his business. So if we could just take a look at that. Maybe there's no relief, but we should give it a shot, maybe give him an exemption or something. So we'll send that to the manager.
All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. 12E. Does he have that too? 12H, request the city manager requests the Commissioner of Transportation and Mobility review Salisbury Street for the installation of immediate speed calming measures and safety improvements. Councilor Pasillo, District 1.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I want to start by thanking the Department of Transportation and Mobility and DPW for all the work that has already been done on Salisbury Street. We've gone out there, I've done walk audits with residents, and they've all been very attentive, and that is really appreciated. Residents have noticed the improvements, and we all really appreciate the attention. And I know that there are changes coming. We just approved traffic signal at Forest and Salisbury pending design plans and funding. The intersection at Park and Salisbury Street, is on the list to be redone. So there's a lot of great things that are going to be happening. But in the meantime, this street continues to be a major concern. There was an accident a couple weeks ago. I hear from residents all the time about how dangerous it feels to cross the 4 lanes of traffic by Monadnock Street. And just to give some idea, So up the hill from Flag Street, traffic, there's about 10,000 vehicles each day, but the speeds are higher up there. When you get to Beachmont and Forest, that section of Salisbury sees around 19,000 vehicles per day. Up the hill, the average speeds are 35 miles per hour, with 15% of them drivers exceeding 39. In between Forest and Park, this average speed is 29 miles per hour, with 15% of drivers going over 35. So, I mean, I'm sure we all know, you take the corner by Newton Ave North, it's dangerous, people drive really fast. And I'm hoping that the city can make some improvements now to make it safer for residents in the meantime. Thank you.
Thank you. So send that to the manager. Council King.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank Councilor Priscilla for this item. I just had a question through the chair to the administration regarding the speeding on that street. What are the options there in terms of police presence? I know it's a very tight street and what have you. What sort of traffic, police visibility do we have there through the chair?
Mr. Manager.
Through the chair to the council, I don't know currently right now what the visibility looks like, but we can definitely send officers to patrol the area for further enforcement. There's also radars that we can temporarily put to try to help reduce the speeds in the area.
Through the chair to the administration, I know I've talked about this in the past as relates to the, what do they call it, the mobile speed? The mobile radars. I know some time ago we had a very small number of them. I don't know if it was 2 or 4. I don't know. Through the chair, how many do we have? Is it 2?
Mr.
Is
Manager.
it 4? Is it 7?
To the chair to the council, I'm not 100% sure what number we have, but we can get that back to you.
Okay,
I know
yeah,
that
if we
some
can
of them
get
has been
that,
installed permanently, but we have some temporary ones that we utilize.
All right, I'd just like to take a look at that as we move forward for the next budget season, in lieu of having the person power to do some of the work we want traffic enforcement to do. And then lastly, the intersection there with Flag Street. Quite some time ago, and I've had a conversation with a number of the commissioners, there was approved by this body a mini rotary. There's constant accidents there, and I would like an update on that request and where that is. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Send that to the manager. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Request the manager request the fire chief from a citywide public education awareness campaign concerning fire prevention and safety in light of the reductions in fuel assistance. Council Hyde.
As he reads.
Those in favor, opposed, so, and Council King would like to sign on too. As amended, all those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Request the city manager provide city council report concerning the feasibility of the Worcester Senior Center providing programs and activities at residential communities for seniors with people with disabilities. Councilmember Carlson.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. We now have several different high-rises around this city for people, seniors and folks with disabilities. And unfortunately, a lot of them have discontinued a lot of the activities that over the years have certainly been provided to the residents inside of these buildings. And I just want to be clear, I'm not talking about the Worcester Housing Authority because they have resident services.
Oh yeah, why would you talk about them?
Provide a
That would be a
tremendous
conflict of
amount
interest.
of activities. I'm talking about buildings where we have seniors and folks with disabilities, that there are no activities at all. So I was looking to see if the administration could look at, is this something maybe that our senior center could provide to some of these different buildings? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, send that to the manager. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Request the manager requests the Commissioner of Public Works and Parks review the brightness of streetlights on Lake Ave and increase the said brightness at appropriate locations, especially including crosswalks. Councilor Toomey.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It certainly has been great to see, the additional crosswalks available for folks there. But if you travel along Lake Ave at night, it's really not very bright. And certainly, I believe when we got the new lights, I think there was an ability to increase the brightness. I forget what the actual term is, but I think that would be helpful. And actually, we might even need to add an extra light in the median because the lights may not extend that much. I don't know if there's an ability to be able to expand the lighting on the sides to reach out toward the middle or not, but that's certainly an issue if we could do that. Thank you.
Okay. Those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Request City Manager, request the Commissioner of Public Works and Parks provide immediate repairs and resurfacing for the section of Southern Road underneath the railroad bridge. Councilor Toomey.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's my teeth chatter when I drive through that, so I know Councilor Russell has filed for this before. The sooner we can get this done, the better, and I support him with this as well. Thank you.
Those in favor, opposed, so ordered. Councilor Russell.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to sign on to that, and we have the Commissioner of Public Works, we got the City Manager. I got to ask, what's going on with this? I've been asking for this for years. I've had spirited conversations with everybody. I've been, whatever. I mean, and the funny part is that where Habitat for Humanity built 2 new houses on the land on the end of Lake Ave and Sunderland Road, the Public Works Department, permitting office, does a wonderful job, and they made them patch the street in front of those 2 houses, and it's beautiful. And all it does is make the area that the city is responsible for look even worse. We've been asking for this. We're on the second, maybe third, no, actually the third commissioner, if you count Commissioner Moylan who filled in. The third commissioner asking for this small area to be patched. What's up, Mr. Manager?
Commissioner?
What's up?
Chair, to the councilor, thank you very much for your kind words. This will be the last commissioner that has to be asked to do that. I don't have the exact date, but
That's what I'll see.
But I'll provide that to you. That is a priority for us. The great work that was done by Habitat for Humanity, as you aptly pointed out, made our section look even worse. But I will provide this body with the date when that work will occur.
This guy picked a great night to wear his blue
With all due
socks to
respect
help
to my
him.
friend, the new commissioner. Can you translate that for us?
Yeah,
What does that mean?
Through the chair, I just don't have the date with me tonight, but I will provide that to you.
Is it going to be done before it snows? Through
Yes,
you,
sir.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll still be here for that,
Our
so I'll be following up.
Our next meeting will be in January. Okay. So send that to the manager. Those in favor, opposed, so ordered.
I can't tell if he's kidding or not.
12M, request the manager provide council the report concerning the studio spaces available to artists in the city. Said report should include information as to cost increases in the spaces and any impact it may have on the arts community. Further requests the report include a proposal to provide incentives to property owners to provide affordable creative spaces to artists. Councilor Toomey.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We've been very grateful to have a wonderful arts community here in our city. People may not know this about me, but I was an art teacher, and I do watercolor and drawings and all sorts of things myself, and so I also like to support locally owned businesses. And when I was in one recently purchasing some materials, I had a conversation with an employee who was saying that they were considering moving out of Worcester because they couldn't find affordable studio space. And I think that that's something that, you know, we talk about living space, but there's also, for artists, they need studio space for creating their art to help grow our economy. And I think that that's something that, you know, with the rising prices of real estate, it may have run away from us. And so I know that there are a lot of opportunities out there. I know that certainly there are grants, et cetera. But I think one of the places that came up to my attention was Toronto was doing capacity building opportunities for local nonprofits to offer affordable workspaces as well. And I think that that's something that we could take a look at. I know that there's certainly a number of our colleges have purchased properties that might be fit into that into that space as well. But having those creatives and having the creative economy and the support for that really helps our city grow and become attractive. And so as soon as we can address that and come up with a plan, that would be great. Thank you.
I'll send that to the Council Priscilla.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want
Imagine
to appreciate
Kate
this
being
item
our
from Councilor
teacher.
Toomey and ask if I can sign on. This is a really big issue. I have friends who are artists. I've been to some of their studios, and the studios people can afford are not in great shape at all. And it really is too bad because the artist community in Worcester is amazing, and you'd hate to see people leave the city. May I request a report on the feasibility? So the Fitchburg Arts Community has 68 mixed income artist preference apartments that are in 3 former historic municipal buildings up in Fitchburg. So the feasibility of doing something similar where artists could live and work and, stay in the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Those in favor, opposed, so ordered. 14A and 14B, we're going to refer to the Municipal Operations Committee. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. 15A, refer to the Economic Development Committee. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. 16A to 16B, motion to accept and adopt. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. 16C to 16I, motion to accept. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered. 17A to 17F, motions are ordained on the roll call. Roll call.
Councilor Bergman?
Yes.
Councilor Calorio?
Yes.
Councilor Haji?
Yes.
Councilor King?
Yes.
Councilor Merrill Carlson? Yes. Councilor Nguyen? Councilor Ojeda?
Yes.
Councilor Basillo?
Yes.
Councilor Russell?
Yes.
Councilor Toomey?
Yes.
Mayor Petty?
Yes. Motion is adjourned. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered.
All right. Look at that. What a meeting. They certainly did that. Let's see, 7:38. So 1 hour and 8 minutes approximately. They want to take no risks before next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah, this Maine South Mom. Yes, exactly. Oh, wow. Kate Toomey supports the arts. What? Wow. I guess I'll fill in her bubble. Never mind the fact that she has been antagonistic to anything that would be even approaching supporting the arts in the past. Pretty interesting stuff, Kate.
I missed
You missed it. You missed the end of the meeting.
It's all over.
It's all over but the crying. Yeah, that was a very safe meeting.
Mm-hmm.
They all decided, do you think they all got together ahead of time and were like, can we just not yell at anybody this week, or can we just be cool to each other and just concede that the race is going to be what the race is and we should all just stop worrying about it? I genuinely think they had a conversation along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing every 2 years. It's
exactly.
It's scheduled that they work up at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, they know. So, yeah, what do we got coming up? Do they have any more meetings before the election? October 21st. I don't see. I think is that it? Yeah, there's no other meeting. So that was it. That seemingly is it before we head to the election. So I hope everyone decided already what they are going to do. We should take a moment here just to, yes, that is, yes. we should take a moment here to discuss everyone's plan for voting. If you got to do it, be safe, please. Wear a condom. Just, and if you're even going to go near a voting place, I would say do that. Bullet voting is a perfectly valid thing to do if you like. Tell your friends to vote. If you go to, if you're like, Brendan, can you go around at school and just convince young people to vote?
Probably not. I mean, I could try.
Did you want to yell at them or something? Just tell them to move to District 2 quickly and vote for Rob Bellata.
Yeah. I don't think it would happen.
Perfect. Thank you, Troubler. This is the commitment that I'm looking for from people. That's all we need. Especially if they're dead, then there'll be no mixing it up. If you're, hey, Social Potato, go vote for Rob Bellata. Go tell your friends. Go tell your impressionable friends to vote for Rob Bellata. Drive them. Give them a ride. Kate's husband does it. It's got to be fine. Throw them in your car. Tie them up if you have to. Bring them down to the library. Drag them into the voting booth and, threaten them. I don't know, Brendan, I don't know if you have thoughts on this. It's really hard to say because we don't get much in the way of data on any of these things. He fucking waxed, what's his face? Tony in any time that they've
Yeah, but
had
nobody pays attention to the debates and nobody's covering debates.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Exactly.
I think I like Keith a lot. I'm not knocking him. I will make fun of his G. Gordon Liddy costume for Halloween this year, a little early. Show up in meeting. Now we all know what he's going to be door knocking as. But I think he played a really shitty hand getting involved with the most low level towny parking disagreements a couple of months back and coming into council with an item to do that. I don't know if you were with us that night, Brian. That's the stuff that actually resonates in the district like wildfire. And it sucks. I don't even remember what the details of the thing were. It was some parking shit. I remember it involved the same neighborhood where we had the brick people a couple seasons. He pissed them off, and it's like those are the people that are going to run over you throughout the entire district by talking to everybody.
Yeah.
And in the vacuum that exists for local media covering things like debates and actually making sure. Everyone in this chat knows more about the fucking New York mayor's race than our own mayor's race, you and me included.
Well, that's the thing. I guess that's my overall thought as we go into this election. If we don't talk to each other, everyone before the election night, then this will be my analysis of the overall race. I was less, I would say, locked in than I have been in past years. I had one of the worst years of my life. I didn't want to think about Joe Petty as much as possible, but it gave me this perspective that I haven't had in the last few cycles about whether or not things are actually breaking through. And I don't know that anybody did enough to really capture any attention in the city. That goes for basically every race besides Attell, I think is the only person that is a subject of discussion in the wider city. And that's obviously very contentious because a lot of people there are saying terrible things about her because they're shitty. So, I'm not sure how it's going to go. I'm not sure if we should really get our hopes up or anything like that. I think we should expect that generally things are going to go the same way as they've gone. But that being said, there's absolutely no way to know in Worcester. And I know that there's a lot of people that have done a lot of work, like Caden and Keith and Gemma, and have talked to so many people, and there's a chance that could break through. So I'm hopeful. If we get a few flips and some new good folks on at large, then I think we're talking about a way different council next year, but I think we should be ready for the fact that things in Worcester go kind of the way they go unless you really, really, really go, capture a new audience or a new voting block. And I don't know that anybody did that. I don't know if anybody did what 2 did.
Correct.
Their first win, So I don't know. It's not to say that, it's not to be a downer or anything like that. It's just that we as a show have been following this. This is going to be our 3rd cycle following Worcester elections. And the thing that I've seen more than anything is that people don't rock the boat. And when you don't rock the boat, then you get the same thing over and over again. The same people vote and the same, people win for the most part outside of a few outliers. And if we don't figure out a way to kind of switch it up and attract some new attention and new, entice some new voters, then we're kind of going to have the same thing over and over again. So, it's hard. It's really hard. And it's a terrible country that we live in, especially right now. And it's really hard to be hopeful or get excited or get involved or get, to do things. So, and I think that this is a kind of a lot of people show up to that rally, and we need to figure out a way to engage them more, but also a lot of people that's the thing that they do so that they can say that they're engaged. I don't know. We got to figure out how to convince those people that they have a vested interest in what happens here in Worcester and what it means in the context of the larger world, because I've been saying it for the last couple months. And I truly believe it, that at some point it's going to come down to our local leaders holding the line in any way against what is going on in the wider world. And do we trust this body as a whole right now to do that? I don't. So this go around, I'm only voting for people that I trust to do that. And I don't, I hope that we get it. I hope we get it, because it's going to get worse. It's going to get way worse. There isn't really a simple way to just come back from this. So we need to I don't know. This is not next week and then it's over. This is a long-term project. So I agree that this chat and this group of people is on, of the same mind and on the right path and all that, but this is by no means a finish line that we're coming up against. So yeah, I don't know. You got to convince your parents and your normie family that this is something that is important and worth spending the 5 minutes it takes to go into the library and vote. So do that, and then we'll I don't know. We'll keep doing the show for sure. And barring that, I think we'll definitely see you guys in 2 weeks. We'll see about if Bill has anything he wants to cover next week before the election. I think maybe we'll jump on. Other than that, I don't know. Come down and see me at the Common filming for the next 2 weeks. Come say hi. And Brendan, you got anything that you want to mention before we go?
I'll be out mountain biking when it's not raining and studying microbiology. If anyone in the chat would like to help with either of those things, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hit me up.
Hell yeah. I don't have the poster loaded, I don't think, but we started doing shows at Travis's gallery, at Hunchback Gallery. We have one coming up on the 25th, this Saturday, called Fine Art. It's a brand new stand-up series that we're doing. $5 suggested donation, but really whatever you want to give to throw towards the comedians and to Travis. Come out and support. We got a great lineup. We got a great show. We've been having a lot of fun doing shows at the gallery. If you haven't been there yet, come check it out. Come say happy birthday to Travis. Bring him a present or something if you like. But come hang out. It's going to be a great time. And other than that, we will see you next Tuesday, everybody. We love you. Goodbye.
Have a great week.
Bye. Hopefully not forever.